Hey everyone, welcome back to On the Record. Haven't done one of these shows in a really long time, and what an amazing show to come back on. We are with Nico of NDL Mining, NDL Group. You can find them Group NDL on Twitter. I've just been tweeting out a bunch of stuff over the last few minutes as we were walking around this sick-looking mining farm you guys got, and we're going to talk about it. We are in Bulgaria. You guys look at the pictures on Twitter. You saw that we are right next to this. It's not an electric, I guess, an electric grid. It's not a generator, but it's a hub.
Yeah,
it's a hub of electricity for multiple nations, in fact, not just Bulgaria.
They call it the hub for the Balkans. So the Balkan is a group of countries.
Yeah.
So if this hub would fall out, some countries would be without electricity.
And you guys found this abandoned, pretty much, building right next to the electric grid, and you decided to put it to use. So tell us more about it. How long have you been mining? And then we'll get into more details.
Yeah.
Tell us your life story of mining.
Well, it all started, me and friends, we were doing it like amateurs for ourselves, like a kind of a hobby. It all started in my garage. Of course, after we had too much equipment in my garage, because it's a 3-car garage, it started to be like a sauna over there. And it was in 2017, just before the hype. So we started to search facilities here in Bulgaria, all over Bulgaria, because it was quite hard to find places with up to a megawatt on electricity. And it grew very fast because I did a lot of webinars. Clients that hear something about Bitcoin or something, but they didn't know actually what it was. We told them in the webinars what is Bitcoin mining, and so on. And so it grew very fast, and then we came up on this place together with data management center. We are sharing this.
Right, so you guys are actually sharing this space with Sophia's data management center.
They are called Terra. So we are doing the site together. They will use it for their data clients, and we will use the other spaces for the mining. And we have also plans to make this site green.
Yeah, you were showing it to us earlier, so I hope you guys can see it right there in the camera. That's the plans, to use the heat coming out of the miners and to create a bunch of greenhouses. It does get cold here in the winter.
Yeah.
And what are you guys going to grow? Too bad marijuana is illegal around here, right?
Yeah. Otherwise, we would make a good extra profit. But it's not only the greenhouses. All the flat roofs will be full of solar panels. And we have some land around the data center here.
Right, and you guys are planning to even put up wind turbines as well for more electricity.
Correct.
And are you guys going to be funding that project so you can source all of the electricity from them?
Basically, we're going to launch a token for that. All the plans are already ready, but we waited.
You're planning to launch a security token?
Yes. But we were waiting till the Bitcoin and the other coins starts to grow again, and very soon we will launch it.
So you will be like pre-selling to fund the operation.
Yes,
yes. You will be pre-selling it, but that token will be more like an actual security, not a utility token, because you don't need a utility token. No. You're creating a utility token.
It will be a security token. Yes, correct. Yeah, it's needed because like one windmill costs around 1.5 million euro. So we need some starting capital to launch this project.
All right, cool. So let's talk about the mining operation. Are you able to share your cost of electricity?
Yeah, sure. In Bulgaria, we pay on the terms we have, it's 0.08 euro cent per kilowatt.
So it's 8 euro cents?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
8 euro cents per kilowatt.
Yeah. There are other countries where it's even better, like Iran and Kazakhstan and so on. But
yeah, I heard of others like
yeah, but
Venezuela and
for me,
Mongolia.
for me, those countries are too unstable to move my whole operations there, and then maybe in 3 or 4 months the government change there, and then,
Right. So, but you have other operations around Bulgaria, but everything is going to be moved here.
yes. So the whole idea is now. So we found places with 800 kilowatts, 1 megawatt. So the whole idea is now to combine everything here in Sofia. So we have all the stuff and so on one location.
All right, gotcha. And yeah, so right now, again, if you look at this graphic, guys, right now this smaller building is pretty much fully operational. We are going to go inside, and we're going to continue the interview there so you can see the miners. Now, the big building so far is totally empty on the inside, but that's going to be 5 levels.
Yes, it will be 5,000 square meter.
Immersion-cooled mining equipment.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is really, really cool. Okay, so my other question is, because I know our time is somewhat limited, my other question is, with 8 € per kilowatt hour, you guys must have run into a little bit of trouble at the end of last year with the price of Bitcoin down in the $3,000 area.
Yes.
Were you able to mine through it, or did you have to cut the switch there?
No. End of August, we had to cut the switch with mining, like a lot of miners all over the world, because to mine 1 Bitcoin costed more in electricity than the Bitcoin price was at that moment. So like a lot of our colleagues, we had to stop the mining process.
And you didn't want to take a chance at mining at a loss and maybe borrowing a little bit of money and then holding on to that Bitcoin while it appreciated? Because had you done that right now, you probably could have walked away with a profit.
That's true. But the thing is, we mine for our clients. So clients, they pay us a fee for computing power. Clients were not going to pay for that loss, so we would pay the loss and then give the profit to them. So
how much of your mining operation is, I guess, in cloud contracts? How do we phrase that term?
Well, since
do you sell like cloud mining contracts?
Yeah, we were before we had to stop, and then we saw that our clients, they wanted somehow stability, knowing where are we going to invest in. And since then, we basically sell mixed packages. One part is going in the mining, one part is going in master nodes, and one part is going in day trading of crypto. So we have a stable income for our clients.
Okay, so you've broken up the operation between straight mining, staking, and trading.
Yes. Correct.
Hope you guys have a good trader on staff.
Yeah, we have. Yes.
Okay, so let's see which of the parts I wanna hit on. You know what? Since I'm a trader, let's stick with that. So when you say trading, do you guys trade top 20 all crypto? Like, is it how speculative, how leveraged is that side of the business now?
Well, some things is, for example, Bitcoin against Tether. Yeah, they are following the whole day the Bitcoin price. Sell when needed, buy when needed, and change.
Did the Bitfinex and Binance recent situations affect you guys at all?
For us, for the trading, but we have diversity. We don't do only Tether and Bitcoin. We also invest a part in new coins that have a big potential. The top 20 coins. So we really diversify that we don't take risk, because in the end, that's why we already diversify, not only in the mining, that's why we have mining, day trading, and master nodes, and we do basically the same in the trading. We don't put everything in one coin.
All right, so more questions because I've walked through the mine. We're gonna walk through the mine in a minute, guys. And you guys do mine more than Bitcoin. You mostly mine Bitcoin. You also mine some Lightcoin. Do you mine Dash, or you only put master nodes up?
We have a master node with Dash, but we also mine Dash before.
But you're not mining it at the moment.
No.
So right now you're mining Bitcoin, you're mining Litecoin,
Litecoin, Ethereum, and Zcash. Zcash.
ZD.
ZEC.
Oh, Zcash, like the Zcash. Okay. Gotcha. But okay, so my other question is, when you mine altcoins like Litecoin, like Ethereum, like Zcash, do you sell that immediately for Bitcoin or for fiat currency, or do you hold on to that as well? Because I'm sure you're holding on to some Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm. Well, we hold them. If the price is bad, you're going to hold them till you can exchange them on a good rate. Litecoin, I'm mining for myself. I'm focusing on the halving this summer. So I really believe this will have a big effect on the price. So I keep them for myself because those are mine.
So you think the price of Litecoin will rise? You're personally speculating on Litecoin a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct. And like you said, the rest if the prices are good, we sell them for Bitcoin. Because we have a strong belief that Bitcoin will do amazing things this year.
All right, so let me run something by you because I'm pretty skeptical of all the altcoins, and I'm somewhat critical of Litecoin. So you believe in Litecoin a little bit, so let me throw a little challenge at you here. So because I don't see Litecoin as a store of value, it's just a short-term, maybe speculative instrument. Over time, the store of value property of Litecoin is going to go down, especially if Bitcoin can solve the micropayment problem with Lightning Network, which seems promising. Litecoin no longer needs to be the silver to gold because we have a micropayment for Bitcoin and you have a less secure alternative. My view on it is that because of that, the halvings of Litecoin actually hurt Litecoin because I don't see future research and development into new advanced Litecoin mining. So over time, as Litecoin starts to halve, the value of Litecoin doesn't appreciate like the value of Bitcoin because it's not, Bitcoin can do everything Litecoin can do and better. Over time, price of Litecoin would stay down. There is a Bitmain, I don't know if they're still in business or going out of business. It's going to be hard to have any research and development into Litecoin mining, and the future halvings will actually hurt Litecoin a lot. Now, maybe not after this halving, but after next halving, if the price of Litecoin doesn't drastically rise, then you have to turn off your Litecoin miners. And I think there could be a very quick death spiral in Litecoin mining. And the way a lot of these altcoins are going to solve the problem, they will A, move to proof of stake, B, merge mine with Bitcoin, or C, change their consensus rules to just have infinite inflation to have more coins.
Yeah. Well, basically in the beginning, you already gave the answer. If you see on my sleeve, on the logo there,
it's all Bitcoin. You know where the future's going. You don't want to have to rebrand in about 4 years, right?
For me, the future is also Bitcoin. Like you said in the beginning, as an investor, you want to take profits in the short term too. So that's why I say it's personal. I see personal big gains that I can make for myself, but I'm a strong believer in Bitcoin as you are. So Bitcoin will stay the king for me.
Okay, so I'm not really looking at your questions, guys. I'm sorry, I can't really do everything. Hey, if anyone can like pull up my live stream, and if you see a good question, Didi, we got Didi here. I'm gonna jump it on camera. Say hi for a second. Hey, can you pull up my live stream if you're connected to their internet or maybe on your own? And pull up the live stream and see if there's any good questions from the audience before we go inside the mine for about 5 or 10 minutes. It's actually not hot in there at all. I dressed, I put on shorts. I thought I was gonna sweat off a couple of kilos, but that's literally what's gonna happen. It's actually pretty cold in there in some parts with the fans blowing. You guys have a really good like cooling system. We're gonna talk about it when we're inside.
Yeah, it's because we have sensors in every corridor. We have sensors that the whole.
There should be a chat. Maybe you turned it off. Hold on a second. Oh, there it is. Chat. There it is. See if there's any good questions there. So my other question I had a. Oh yeah. Between when all of your mining operation gets into one building, are you going to be a solo miner? Do you think you'll be big enough for that, or are you still with the pool?
We are still in a pool now, so we will see what the future will bring.
Do you diversify between pools, or you're staying with one pool?
Well, it depends on the coin we are mining. So Danny, our
Well, let's talk about Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Bitcoin, you're with a single pool.
Yes.
Okay. Do you care to share what pool that is, or?
We should ask Danny, our
okay.
IT.
Okay, so when he comes back, I mine my single ASIC miner is mining on Slush Pool. Yeah. Everybody knows it, which is maybe why they bumped my transaction up.
That's our main pool too, but Danny sometimes switch. We see that there is somewhere.
Right, some other pools could be doing a little bit better.
Mainly, it's also Slush Pool, but
and the majority of your equipment, is it Avalon or is it Bitmain?
Bitmain depends on which, because we also have still a lot of graphic cards where we are mining a lot of altcoins with that we have to move here. So we have a fair combination of ASIC miners and graphic cards. It's also that if something would happen with Bitcoin, that we can also still mine something else.
Have you guys had any conversations with Bitfury? Because they don't work with the retail customer. They only work with enterprise, big mining companies. Have you guys looked into Bitfury at all for their equipment, or not yet?
Not yet, no.
Not yet, okay.
We have a good question.
Okay.
Is there any advantage of holding GBTC versus BTC or not trading on only holding?
But that's not a mining question.
Are you just a mining question?
Yeah. Well, guys, we have a mining interview.
Are you afraid? Are you afraid for criminals attacking your farm for the bunch?
Good question, especially since we're live streaming from the farm.
Well, first of all, we don't hold the coins in the farm. Of course. They go to a treasure or a ledger. Or
if they want to give me the afternoon off and mine for a little bit, I'm happy to go to lunch, right?
Yeah. Like you saw, we have 24/7 security.
Yeah, you got some nice dogs out front.
Yes, the fences are protected. The security company is also doing tours around the mine. So yeah, and in Bulgaria, it's still allowed to carry a gun. So
yeah, and no issues with the government frowning upon mining, like what happened in China.
Only banks are doing difficult.
Banks are being a little bit difficult
because our clients can pay with bank transfer, and banks in Bulgaria, they don't like Bitcoin or any crypto. So,
all right. Any other mining questions, guys?
What time do you turn the mining rigs off, and what time do you turn it on?
Time?
That's very hard.
So what price?
Oh, price. Okay. So you said you turned them off in October. So that was just as we crashed under 6,000.
End of August. End of August for us, it was not profitable.
End of August last year.
Yes.
So you guys weren't mining for 6 months.
How do you mean? Not mining, you mean?
Yeah. Oh wow. So you turned them off at around $6,000, $7,000.
Yes. For us, it was then not profitable. For everybody.
Yeah.
You saw even the big mines.
Wow. So if it falls below 6,000 again, you're gonna have to turn them off.
Yeah. It also depends on the difficulty rate.
Right. Well, the difficulty rate just spiked to an all-time high. Did you see that yesterday?
I know, but it can also go down.
Right. Oh, because it depends on how many other miners are taking theirs offline.
Yeah, because if a lot of mines switch down, the difficulty rate goes down too. So it's very hard to predict that question because you cannot give an answer on that.
And it looks like since you guys took over these abandoned buildings and you have the property, so it doesn't seem like it would cost you all that much to just keep your offices and focus on trading as an operation while the miners are shut down.
Well, that's why we choose, because we saw so many mines closing down that we thought, okay, is the future going to be mining, or is the future going to be master nodes, or is the future going to be trading? You cannot. A lot of companies, they just closed, they disappeared. We didn't want to walk that path. We wanted to continue for our clients. So that's the reason.
Right. Oh, Didi, we have another question. The guy in the Bitcoin shirt, is that the Bitcoin family guy?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's the Bitcoin family guy. That's right.
I'm searching for miners.
All right. I have a question I don't understand. Do they overlock miners? I don't know what that
Overclock.
means. Overclock, sorry.
Yeah. Well, you have to find the right balance to do that, because with overclocking, you can also overheat the miners. Yeah, and then you're going to make less profit. So if you overclock them, you really have to know very good what you're doing, because with overclocking, it can be actually be like that you make less profit. Because if you overclock them, it will produce more heat, but also you will use more electricity. So you can think, oh, I have a bigger profit, but actually, if you count your costs, it can be that you make less profit.
All right, I'll answer the quick question, the GBTC advantages. Please go to my YouTube channel and just Google GBTC. I have videos on it. The only advantage to holding GBTC over Bitcoin, there is a tax advantage, and you've outsourced the security of your Bitcoin to Barry Silbert and the owners of GBTC. And it's but you have to take a look at the premium over the price of Bitcoin to check that out. All right, and we have one more question, and then we go inside. Since the mining is segregated into three parts, trading, mining, and staking, this would mean average profits on investment, care to share?
We don't give average. We basically give the clients from the beginning, depending on the amount, we tell them how much they will make. If it's less, we will pay the extra. If it's more, we keep the extra to balance the months that it's lesser. So we give them a solid profit.
All right, got it. And so what have the, okay, so over the last, let's say the last 3 months, what would you say the average profit has been for your clients over the last 3 months?
It was 7.5% per month.
7.5% per month.
Yes.
For the clients.
Yes.
And during the let's say December and January, when the Bitcoin price was really low, what kind of profit were they looking at?
The same.
It was always the same.
It's a contract for 8 months, and they have 7.5 per month. So if we do better trades, we keep the extra profit. And if there is a month with less profit, we basically balance it. So they always have 7.5.
And after 8 months, you renegotiate. And
it's a limited contract.
And then you sell other contracts.
Yeah.
Okay, so the rate has changed. So right now, you guys are selling contracts, right? And they're at 7% for an
7.5.
7.5 for 8 months. What's the minimum buy-in?
It's €3,500.
€3,500.
Yeah.
And you're guaranteeing them 7.5% per month.
Correct.
For 8 months.
Yes.
And then they'll have to buy another contract.
Yeah.
Do you have a maximum on how many contracts a single person can buy into?
No.
We
have clients that do up to 1 million. So for us.
And how long have you been doing that?
Well, we started doing this from August 2018 that we do the mixed packages. So this package with mining, masternodes, and day trading.
And before that?
The mining itself, we started in 2017 before the hype. Me personally, I was busy with crypto and mining 2013, 2014.
You realize that's a very large return.
Yeah.
That's almost 100% a year.
Yes.
that seems unreal.
Yeah. But you can talk with my clients. They will all happily tell you that they are very happy with us.
Did you ever have security issues like he does?
That
no.
Yeah, that's a very unbelievable return. I'm very skeptical here.
Well,
My job is to be skeptical.
Yeah. Maybe because you, for example, if you take a masternode of Dash, you will have 8 or 9% per year. Yeah. But if you are going to look in the masternodes with coins with big potential that are not known so much, you can have 15-16% per month with a masternode. It's, of course, you have to do a lot of research.
But Dash is down like 90% in price.
But I say
there's other coins that you put master nodes up.
Yeah, we are not
right, because Dash started that model that I think is insane, the proof of stake model, and I think that's gonna die soon. I don't think that's gonna last because these are unreal returns.
Yeah, well, basically you have to go and find coins that have a big potential, but that are new on the market, and they have really high returns. Of course, you have to be on there every day, because if you are going to sell those coins on an exchange in one go, you will basically drop the price yourself because they are so small. So you also have to sell them in small portions. And like I said, it's not only the masternodes, it's also the day trading, and the mining.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, who remembers what BitConnect's returns were promised?
They were 21% a month, wasn't it?
Oh, they were 21 a month?
Yeah.
All right, so you're one third of that.
Let's be honest. If 2 months ago you bought Bitcoin Cash or Stellar or Ethereum or something, and 3 months later you have huge returns.
Yeah, but like, what happens if there is another downturn in the market? So my concern is this.
Then you can short.
Yes, if you have a good trader, and if your trader gets you guys into trouble, because you could also lose money.
Yeah, but that's why you don't have to put everything in trading. That's why we diversify.
All right. Yeah. So here's my concern. This is where a lot of these cloud mining, just cloud mining. Let's remove the master nodes for a minute. Let's remove the trading for a minute. And I'm a trader, so I know how speculative that is. So my concern is always this: with companies that sell cloud mining contracts, is when there are issues, there could be a supply issue, right? Like Bitmain can just go out of business. People are still buying your contracts. You're taking money in. All of a sudden, you had a supply issue occur, or there was a downturn in the market, but you've promised your investors a certain percent, and then it becomes, well, just this 1 month, I'm going to use new money coming in to cover old investors, and then next month I'll make up for it, and then next month it gets a little worse, and next month it gets a little worse, and that's how it always worries me that every single cloud miner will not want to admit that they can't cover what they promised, and they think it's not a big deal for a month, and the next thing you know, a year later, it's a BitConnect Ponzi scheme. How do you, what kind of checks and balances do you have? Do you have like a board? What kind of, like, are there like numerous people that are overseeing the operation to make sure that the moment you can't meet a legitimate 7% a month return, that your investors are immediately notified, and not, well, we're only going to run a Ponzi scheme for a day and it will be good tomorrow, because that's how things start to snowball. Yeah. How do you check and balance that as a company?
Well, first of all, that's why those contracts are so short in time, because we cannot predict what will happen next year or in 2 years. That's why they are so limited, because we can guarantee that now in 8 months, maybe it will be 5% or 4%. We adapt to the market, yeah? So we know what we can do now. We know that we can do that for the next 8 months. In 8 months from now, we will see what is the market then. Because people think sometimes because Bitcoin goes up, that the profits can be bigger. Probably it will not be like that, because if the Bitcoin goes higher, if you're trading with other coins, the percentage is also lower because everything is not moving like in the past months. So that's why we are so limited in time with those contracts. It's just because you cannot predict the market. So
do you have all of your contracts are for 8 months, or you have other contracts for different time periods?
well, the mining contracts before they were 2-3 years.
Now you've lowered them to 8 months.
Yeah.
Okay, and what do you think for the next round? Are you going to lower them again to like 4 or 5 months, or 8 months is probably going to stay for now?
If I had a glass ball, yeah, I could predict the future, but I cannot.
All right, guys,
There was one question about Bitcoin mining, and if Bitcoin's price spikes to 50K to 100K, what will this mean for mining costs?
Well, I think.
Mining. If Bitcoin price spikes,
Bitcoin goes
okay, so I have to go to the microphone. So if Bitcoin price spikes high, what does it mean for mining cost? Well, a lot of hash rate's going to go up, right?
Yeah, the difficulty rate will go up. But I think next year with the Bitcoin halving, that would be good because we see more and more adoption with big companies. More companies are integrating Bitcoin as a payment option, or they are using blockchain to make their products or services better. So more and more people are getting involved in Bitcoin and crypto. So now with the Bitcoin halving, I think if something is scarcer and scarcer and more people are going to use it, it will have a positive effect on the price.
So my other question is, how do you make sure you stay in front of the line on new equipment, right? Because my concern would be if I ran a small mining operation, if the price of Bitcoin spikes to 50,000, I may not be able to get any more miners because there are more important people than me, opening up bigger farms, and they jump ahead of me in line. And man, how do I get equipment?
Yeah, well, it was the same in 2017 in the hype, but there was always equipment available. The only thing is the price of the equipment is getting higher.
I think that was the question.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's hope the audio is still good. Might need you to speak right into the mic as we go inside. So I'm gonna hold that close. Watch your line. I got the camera on the laptop. We're gonna walk through the mine. I know there's other people that are looking to do an interview here. We're gonna walk right through it. We'll take a look at some of the miners. This is my first time inside a mining farm. And let's check this out. All right, so let's go. We got the fans there, so let's go to this way. Mostly because it's a little quieter on this side. So let's pull this up right here. So these are ant miners.
Yes.
Oh, right for the mic. So these are ant miners, and they are liquid cooled in oil.
Yes, that's correct.
And you guys are buying oil by the barrel.
Yes, it's 200 liter in a barrel.
All right. So let's go around actually, so you guys can kind of see what's going on here. The mine is operational. It's not big, but there's a whole other building behind us that is now this was totally nothing a year ago. This was an abandoned building with holes in it.
Yeah, it was an abandoned factory.
And here are the miners. You can see the temperature of each one. And the water is, I'm not going to say, it's not, obviously it's oil. It's not going to boil. It's just air coming out.
Yes.
That's doing that. I had no idea these things can handle being in liquid.
Yeah, but it's special oil. It don't guides electricity, of course. So the oil goes in radiators. The radiators are cooling the oil, and then it goes back in the tank.
Gotcha. All right, guys. So here it is. We got about, I don't know, like 20 rows of this, but you have other operations around Bulgaria, and they're all being moved here.
That's correct. Yes.
And you have about a 1 year window. You're looking at a 1 year before everything is in right here.
Yes.
Because you have a direct line to the electricity.
Yes.
So I would actually love to be back here in 1 year to take a look at how the operation has done at its 7% a month return, with the bigger building of miners being built out. Oh, actually, the script miners are in a slightly different location. I saw those earlier. So here it is. I don't know how good you guys can hear us. So I was like, how did you end up there? Well, I went to Bulgaria and I met interesting people. All right, there's really not much else I can show you guys. You can see the liquid cool miners, other than showing you the barrels of oil that they got here. Why not buy bigger heat exchangers?
Well, the thing is, we also looked into that, but then you look like 200,000 to 300,000 euro machines. That is like extra cost that you have to count to your clients. But clients, they don't order in those quantities. You know what I mean? For example, if a client now orders some miners, we order the tanks. But to do a so huge scale investment of those liquid coolers, it's 200,000 to 300,000 euro for just 80 miners.
All right, so we're gonna leave it here. Some people joined late. They asked what your break even is on Bitcoin mining, and it sounds like it's about $6,000 right now.
No, that was in August.
A little more now.
Yeah, now.
About 7,000.
No, it's higher.
Higher?
You don't only have to count electricity cost, you also have to count your whole infrastructure, your employees, and so on.
So you're looking at about almost $8,000 per Bitcoin.
It's more.
Wow. So you really need the price of Bitcoin to go up.
Yes.
So I'm an idiot thinking it's going to go back down.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I hope that will not happen.
Perfect. All right. All right, guys. Let's go back out there and close it out. Yeah, Didi, how did you end up here?
How I ended up here, I was invited by Stoyan from the Evito team and to the conference.
Yeah, so
and then we met
Didi, myself, and Stoyan. We're all hanging out in Thailand, and we both got invited here to Bulgaria, so here we are.
Yeah. Enjoying crypto life.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, there's the barrel of oil behind me right there, guys. In the corner there with the fans. All right. All right, so that was a look inside the NDL Bitcoin line. Oh, it's a J. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the wrong way. Because I was just typing group N and it will automatically show up on Twitter. All right, sorry about that. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll try to do a video later tonight or tomorrow morning about the price. The price hasn't really changed all that much. And there it is. Anything else you want to add before we close out?
No. Greetings from Bulgaria.
All right. Thanks for being on. And we'll be back here in about a year. I'll probably be back here for the Digital Conference again. And we'll follow up and see how you guys are doing.
Okay.
All right. Later. All right, how do I wait? Boom. Bye, guys.